Hello friends, welcome to your favorite show, Social Connection, the weekly destination for all the interesting activities, news and updates from the virtual world. So in the next half an hour, we will try to update you with the news, views from the social media space. My name is Venkataraman and with me is Preeti. Hi Preeti.
Hi Venkat. Welcome everyone. Well, yes, in the next half an hour, we'll take you through all the latest trends, social media videos, latest makeovers and news features and much more in today's Social Connection. But before we head to what trended through the week, let's take a look at our headline stories.
Government launches waste management app to monitor industrial waste.
Google announces free Wi-Fi services in 5 more cities.
WhatsApp launches native desktop app for Windows and Mac.
Government has launched a web-based application which will enable industries dealing in hazardous waste to seek online permissions for import and export of certain categories of waste used for recycling. This will provide an opportunity to all the industries dealing in hazardous waste to apply online. Here are the details.
In a step towards simplifying waste management, the Environment Ministry has launched a web-based application, an integrated waste management system to help in tracking the movement and management of hazardous and other solid wastes. Environment Minister Prakash Javadekar, while launching the website, said this would help them monitor total 43,000 industries responsible for producing hazardous waste. He also said that the app will become a single window for authorization and provide state and nation-wide data on waste generation and number of waste generating and processing industrial units. The application will help to generate a database on different categories of wastes generated, including those of hazardous, biomedical, municipal, electronic and plastic waste. It will help create a state-wise and national database on the generation of various types of waste and number of waste generating units. The application will also help people apply and get online permissions for import and export of certain categories of waste, which is for reuse, recycling or recovery. The portal will also facilitate the people in obtaining permission for import and export of certain categories of waste for reuse, recycling, recovering or co-processing and conserve the primary source.
Google announced the launch of its free high-speed public Wi-Fi service in 5 more cities. This is in continuation with its project to provide high-speed Wi-Fi at 100 railway stations across India by the end of this year. Minister of Railways Suresh Prabhakar Prabhu will formally inaugurate these services at the stations very soon.
Tech giant Google announced the launch of its free high-speed public Wi-Fi service at Guwahati railway station in Assam. The live service would be available to users at 15 stations across the country. Besides Guwahati, the service also goes live in Jaipur, Patna, Ujjain and Allahabad railway stations, and Railway Minister Suresh Prabhu will formally inaugurate the same at these new stations soon. Google has been deploying the service over the extensive fibre network of the railway's arm, RailTel, which provides internet services as RailWire. Backed by the phenomenal response to the service in Mumbai Central, Google will also extend the project to cover key suburban Mumbai stations working with RailTel. Google India's head of access programs, Gulzar Azad, said in a release, "Our rollout schedule is on track and we are confident of providing the service across 100 stations in India by the end of this year. We are seeing incredible usage of the Wi-Fi service across stations and over 2.5 lakh users are availing the service every week, demonstrating more than double growth in less than a month." Google is committed to working with Indian Railways and RailTel to deliver high-speed Wi-Fi network that will be available to 10 million Indians a day by the end of the year, covering 100 of the busiest train stations in the country. The project will be eventually rolled out to cover 400 train stations across India.
Well, moving on, WhatsApp launches its native desktop app that is available in both Windows and Mac devices. The new app is available for download via the company's site and is compatible with devices running Windows 8, Mac and above. WhatsApp's desktop app has been released almost 14 months after the company launched WhatsApp Web, that initially marked the debut of a popular messaging app on non-mobile platforms. Here is the report.
WhatsApp launches its desktop app, so you have a new way to stay in touch anytime and anywhere, whether on your phone or computer, at home or work. Like WhatsApp Web, the desktop app is simply an extension of your phone as it mirrors conversations and messages from your mobile device. The new desktop app is available for Windows 8 Plus and Mac operating system 10.9 Plus and is synced with WhatsApp on the mobile device. Because the app runs natively on the desktop, you will have to support for native desktop notifications, better keyboard shortcuts and more. The WhatsApp's desktop app, just like the web client, requires users to scan a QR code using the WhatsApp app on the smartphone. Then the users will have to look for WhatsApp web menu under settings option. Users will have to make sure that they are running the latest version of WhatsApp on Android, Windows Phone or BlackBerry. WhatsApp coming to Windows is a big step for the messaging giant. While some may have not minded making use of a web app, the addition of a desktop app is sure to improve its status. Well, we are heading for a short break. Don't go anywhere. There are many more updates on the other side. Stay tuned.
हिम्मत कैसे हुई तुम्हारी? How dare you?
क्या किया मैंने?
क्या किया? इस सास से इस तरह से बात करती हो? What do you think of yourself?
मेरी क्या गलती है?
Shut up! Shut up! गलती अब मैं करता हूँ. झूठ बोलने की आदत पड़ गई है तुमको. Just because I don't say anything. तुमको बस एक ही भाषा समझ में आएगी. एक ही. एक और बार अगर ऐसा हुआ ना तो मैं
एक फोन कर सकता हूं? हेलो जी, हाँ मैंने ही फोन किया था.
अपने आसपास हो रही किसी भी तरह की घरेलू हिंसा को रोकिए और उसके खिलाफ आवाज उठाइए.
हर दिन बदलती खबरें, हर पल बनती नई सुर्खियां, खबरों की रफ्तार के साथ हर दोपहर दुनिया की ताजा तस्वीर. दोपहर समाचार रोजाना 2 बजे सिर्फ डीडी न्यूज पर. तस्वीरें जो बयां करती हैं हकीकत, हालात जिनसे जुड़े हैं आपके जज्बात, जुनून जो बदल सकता है देश की तस्वीर, खबरें जो आपके लिए जानना है जरूरी. खबर दिन भर हर शाम 5 बजे सिर्फ डीडी न्यूज पर.
Welcome back to the Social Connection. Well, you must be familiar with the top trending topics of the week, but here's a quick wrap of the top trends that rule different social media platforms. Music composer A.R. Rahman accepted the Indian Olympic Association's offer to become the Goodwill Ambassador for the Rio Olympics. Rahman is well respected across the country and bagged an Oscar for his music in Slumdog Millionaire. By accepting IOA's invitation, Rahman has become the 4th person to join the ranks following Sachin Tendulkar and Abhinav Bindra. Hailing from the musical arena, he is now the second individual other than actor Salman to be a part of the team without a professional sporting background. Olympics this year is going to be a very significant event for India as it will send its largest ever contingent, about 90 athletes, to the Games in Rio de Janeiro beginning August 5th. The 69th annual Cannes Film Festival is all set to dazzle us once again in all its glory and splendor. Paparazzi and fashionistas are all geared up as it's Cannes time again. Biggies from Hollywood and Bollywood are pouring in French Riviera for the entertainment industry's most glamorous event of the year. This year, things kicked off with the latest movie from Woody Allen, Cafe Society, which stars Kirsten Stewart and Blake Lively among others. Bollywood beauties like Aishwarya Rai and Sonam Kapoor, who are a regular at the dazzling festival, are sure to make statements with their unique fashion at the red carpet this year as well. India is home to 4 of the 5 cities in the world with the worst air pollution, said the World Health Organization report. But while WHO experts acknowledge India faces a huge challenge, many countries are so bad that they have no monitoring system and cannot be included in its ranking. The dirtiest air was recorded at Zabul in Iran, which suffers from months of dust storms in the summer and which clocked a so-called PM 2.5 measure of 217. The next four were all Indian: Gwalior, Allahabad, Patna and Raipur. In 2014, when WHO published its last study, its database consisted of 1600 cities. It now comprises 3000 cities from 103 countries. International Nurses Day was observed this week. Several programs were organized behind this year's theme, which is Nurses, a Force for Change and Improving Health Systems Resilience. The day was celebrated globally to mark the birth anniversary of Florence Nightingale, a social reformer in England and founder of modern nursing. On the occasion, President Pranab Mukherjee conferred the Florence Nightingale Awards to 35 nurses from across the country at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. President congratulated the award winners and said that nurses play a vital role in all aspects of healthcare, be it national health campaigns like polio eradication, midwife services and community education. He also said that their contribution is critical in the achievement of nation's healthcare goals. The much-awaited movie on the life of former cricketer Mohammad Azharuddin released this week. The movie has already entered controversies before the release. Directed by Tony D'Souza, the flick stars Imran Hashmi, Nargis Fakhri and Prachi Desai in the lead roles. However, the movie has opened up with mixed responses from the critics. The Twitterati expressed their opinion with the hashtag #AzharJudgmentDay.
Twitter users have the limitations of expressing their views within 140 characters limit, and sometimes it creates a problem as well. Now popular iOS Twitter client Tweetbot has a solution for this called Topics, introduced in the 4.3 version of the app. Topics let you easily tweet a group of related tweets automatically, adding the same hashtag.
Sometimes what you have to say just doesn't fit in 140 characters. For those occasions, Twitter users have resorted to several makeshift solutions. Some are making their related tweets with numbers, creating so-called tweet storms, and others are simply replying to their own tweets, which has to be done manually in Twitter's official app. Twitter client Tweetbot, with its solutions called Topics, introduced in the 4.3 version of the app, lets users easily tweet a group of related tweets. For enabling this feature, when you tap on the Compose button on your iPad or iPhone, tap on the gear button and create a new topic by tapping on the plus button. Add a title and an option hashtag and hit create. Afterward, you will see the name of your topic above your tweet's content. Every subsequent tweet will then automatically be added to the same topic and will be added with the same hashtag. When you add to resume your normal tweeting, tap the close button on the left of the topics button in the Compose screen. Tweetbot stores topics in the cloud so you can access the same topic on several different devices. Presently, this doesn't include the Mac, as Tweetbot for OS X still hasn't been updated with this feature. The process definitely simplifies tweet storms and make a nice little group of tweets. All the tweets in a topic are highlighted in Tweetbots, but they also look good in the regular Twitter client and embeds. The latest update makes Tweetbot, which is already one of the best third-party Twitter apps out there, even better, especially if you are a Twitter rant machine. The app is not free though. The iOS variant costs $9.99 and the OS X version will set you back the same amount. Well, yes, it's time for a break, and we'll be back in a short while because coming up next is a competitor for YouTube. Stay tuned.
सुर्खियों की भीड़ में अहम खबरें, असल मुद्दे जो डालते हैं आपकी जिंदगी पर असर, दिन भर की हर बड़ी खबर का बेबाक विश्लेषण, सच, सटीक, संपूर्ण। न्यूज नाइट, सोमवार से शुक्रवार रात 8 से 10 बजे, सिर्फ डीडी न्यूज पर।
हेलो पापा,
कब से फोन कर रहा हूँ, फोन ही नहीं लग रहा है। अच्छा, घर पहुंची कि नहीं?
रास्ते में हूँ। आज ऑफिस में लेट हो गया था।
ऐसा क्या काम आ गया आज? बेटा 12 बज रहे हैं।
लास्ट मिनट ऑफिस में काम आ गया था, फोन नहीं कर पाई।
अच्छा, घर कैसे जा रही हो?
मैंने टैक्सी ले ली है।
ऑफिस से कोई है तुम्हारे साथ?
नहीं, मैं अकेले हूँ।
अकेले? टैक्सी में इतनी रात में?
अरे पापा, आप सुनो तो मेरी बात। पापा
सुनो, टैक्सी का नंबर नोट करो।
1 सेकंड होल्ड करो।
नहीं, मुझे बताओ टैक्सी का नंबर। चलो।
हाँ, आप चिंता मत कीजिए। मैं आपके बेटे को ठीक से घर पहुंचा दूंगी।
जितनी ज्यादा औरतें होंगी, ये दुनिया उनके लिए उतनी ही बेहतर होगी। चलिए इस दुनिया में बेटियों की जगह पहचानें।
डीडी न्यूज अब हर बड़े डीटीएच प्लेटफॉर्म और केबल नेटवर्क पर उपलब्ध। फ्री डिश पर देखें डीडी न्यूज चैनल नंबर 2 पर, डिश टीवी पर चैनल 549 पर, टाटा स्काई पर चैनल 453 पर, एयरटेल पर चैनल 290 पर, सन डायरेक्ट पर चैनल 550 पर, वीडियोकॉन पर चैनल 328 पर, रिलायंस पर चैनल 405 पर, हैथवे पर चैनल 227 पर और डेन केबल पर चैनल 320 पर। डीडी न्यूज, केवल खबर, पूरी खबर।
ये बदलाव क्या है भैया? ये बड़े काम की चीज है। इंसान की सोच में अगर बदलाव आ जाए तो सब कुछ मुमकिन है, सब कुछ संभव है। अब ये बदलाव फिर आ रहा है। हर सूरत की मुस्कान में वो आपको दिखाई देगा। तो चलिए एक नई शुरुआत करते हैं, कुछ बदलाव करते हैं। दूरदर्शन किसान, एक नया चैनल जहां बातें होंगी बदलाव की और आपके कल की बेहतर शुरुआत की। छेड़ो बातें बदलाव की।
Now the National News Channel of India, live on your mobile phone. Get the news on the go. Watch top videos, get the latest news and continuous news on your mobile phone. Download DD News app now. Visit the Android Play Store, search for DD News, download the app to your phone. Get the power of information at your fingertips. DD News. Only news, complete news.
Welcome back to the Social Connection. Amazon unveiled its own plans to compete in the user-generated video market with the launch of a new service called Amazon Video Direct. This service allows creators to upload their own videos to Amazon Prime Video and generate royalties based on the hours streamed, setting itself to compete directly with the Alphabet Inc.'s YouTube.
Amazon is taking on YouTube with the launch of a new self-service program for creators and storytellers to make their video content available to Amazon customers. Amazon Video Direct has been launched to give creators the opportunity to earn royalties based on minutes streamed. The service will make the uploaded videos available to rent or own, to view free with ads, or be packaged together and offered as an add-on subscription. The company will pay content creators 50% of the revenue earned from the rental receipts or sale of the videos according to the company's license agreement. For ad-supported videos, the creators will get half of the net ad receipts. Jim Freeman, Vice President of Amazon Video, said in a statement, "It's an amazing time to be a content creator. There are more options for distribution than ever before, and with Amazon Video Direct, for the first time there's self-service option for video providers to get their content into a premium streaming subscription service." The new service, which has been launched in United States, United Kingdom, Germany, Austria and Japan, entices professional video creators to upload their videos to Amazon, where they will be displayed on the Amazon Video site alongside studio-created TV shows and movies. The videos will be viewable by all Amazon customers via an ad-supported model, shown to Amazon Prime Video subscribers, presumably without ads, or available as a one-time rental or purchase. YouTube offers a free ad-supported service as well as $10 per month subscription option called YouTube Red.
Well, it's time to see all the feedback that you sent in on our Twitter, Facebook and YouTube handles.
Well, we have reached the end of the show. We look forward to more of that feedback coming in on our Gmail, Twitter handle and Facebook page, of course. If you missed any of the episodes of our shows, catch them on our YouTube channel, DD News Official.
Well, that's right. We hope that you enjoyed this episode of The Social Connection. See you again next week, same time, same place. But before we log off, we'll leave with this week's interesting video. Thank you and goodbye.
Over the past 15 years, there has been a dramatic decline in the global burden of malaria. Progress includes a 37% drop in new malaria cases, a 60% drop in malaria deaths, and a 65% drop in deaths among children under 5. 10 countries that had malaria in 2000 are now malaria-free. Nearly 60 countries have reduced their malaria cases by 75% or more. The malaria target of the Millennium Development Goals has been achieved. Progress was made possible through a massive scale-up in effective malaria control tools. Mosquito nets have protected millions from infection, illness and death. Rapid diagnostic testing has enabled timely and appropriate treatment. And every day, artemisinin-based combination therapies save lives. But our journey is far from over. In 2015 alone, more than 400,000 people died of malaria. And there were 214 million new cases of the disease. Across Africa, 1 in 4 children is still not protected by mosquito nets or indoor residual spraying. And about half of pregnant women at risk of malaria do not receive a single dose of preventative treatment. Malaria is preventable and it is treatable. To accelerate action towards elimination, the World Health Assembly has approved a global technical strategy for malaria. The strategy shares the same timeline as the Sustainable Development Goals. It sets ambitious but achievable goals for 2030. Reducing malaria cases by at least 90%. Reducing malaria deaths by at least 90%. Eliminating malaria in at least 35 countries. And preventing a resurgence of malaria in all countries that are malaria-free. To achieve these goals, global financing for malaria will need to triple from current levels, reaching $8.7 billion annually by 2030. With all partners united, we can defeat malaria and transform the health and livelihood of millions of people around the world.